Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
The San Diego Council on Literacy brings you Literacy for All with your host, Jose Cruz.
Welcome to the show. I'm Jose Cruz from the San Diego Council on Literacy, and this is Literacy for All Radio on WS Radio. We're listening to John Corcoran from the John Corcoran Foundation. He has a number of hats: author, speaker, literacy advocate, on and on, and just exciting things that have been happening. John talks about, being on a bus and not knowing where you're going, where we're going. And he's been engaged in the literacy effort for over 30 years, and it has been a journey. And he's put people on the bus, and they're like, where are we going? He said, you're coming with me. And we've talked a bit about collaboration and really just trying to bring a community together, create a community and create a culture where reading is the norm, and not being able to read or not being able to read at a level where you are able to function or do the things that you want to do is not acceptable. And this is actually our third segment with John today, and we're talking a bit, not just the work that he's doing, but also just why do we have the issues that we're having. And so during the break, John and I did talk a little bit about having special programs that help teachers teach reading. Aren't we supposed to be doing that in college? And so I'll say, John, welcome back, and let's have a conversation about what's taking place with teaching teachers to teach reading.
Yes, and I want to add, I have a lot of rhetoric, but I really, truly believe it, and I needed to get this in the last segment, that it is as important to teach an adult to read today as it is to teach a child today. And that's a different thinking. And even 30 years ago, I'd go in meetings and they'd be talking about these two different camps. This is the same target, this is literacy and reading. But to get to your subject, I had the good fortune of meeting a lady. As a matter of fact, I spoke at the university where she was teaching in New York 10, 12 years back. And we have lots of old friends out there. Right. And we don't speak to them for a while, but they're doing things. And she had her class read my second book, or first book, The Teacher Who Couldn't Read. And then we'd Skype, and the author would meet the students. And we did that for a 10-year period. Wow. That's what we did. Okay. Each semester. That was our relationship. And she was a person who really was a college teacher that really cared about teaching teachers how to teach children to read. Yeah. And at the university level, we do theory. And and if you ask teachers right now, today, graduating from any of the local universities here, all over this country, you ask them if they were taught how to teach a child to read or an adult to read. They don't even have those courses. And that's where we're certifying teachers. And so we gotta close that gap a little bit, and we gotta bring those universities into this conversation to our table, and they need to be listening. Yes. And that's not discounting everyone, because there's champions in all those institutions. And Marie Murray, who's really worked outside of her university system and ended up this year resigning her position at the university because she put together a not-for-profit organization, and a lot of other like-minded professors got together and said, how are we going to improve the teacher training? So the focus is on teacher training. Wonderful. And this year I went back to the conference there in Syracuse, and this was her second year of the conference. And it doubled the number of people that were there. So the word is getting out, and the results, the action is there. They're going out and teaching teachers, and teachers are teaching children and adults to read. So it's really exciting to, the good news. This is this is like the landing on Mars, I gave the opening remarks at the conference, and one of my heroes was the keynote speaker there. But there was an announcement that was really exciting. They got the Reading League got a $9 million grant. $9 million.
That's a lot of money.
And that's a lot of money. And somebody, that's what I still dream about, that multi-million-dollar donation to the San Diego Council on Literacy. Been around for a long time. And here's Marie out there doing the right thing. Somebody saw she was doing the right thing and the good works, and that's going to go a long ways to. And she wants to go national. And we want to introduce her to you.
That would be an honor. Golly, John, there's so many places we can take this, but just the whole idea of investing more in the teaching of teachers. Sometimes what gets assumed in a conversation when we're talking about literacy and children not reading well and writing well and just not scoring well in language arts, that we have people in the teaching profession who just don't care, and that's absolutely not true. They love the kids. They want more for them. But I know just from personal experience as someone who taught English, that I didn't get what I needed as a teacher to prepare children to read, and that's part of what I was doing a long time ago.
Right.
And I think there's just too much of that, and it's just the wrong thing, because we're talking about our kids and giving people the job of teaching them to read and not giving them what they need so they can succeed at it. So that's what I like about what's happening with the Reading League.
Well, and the Reading League is the science of reading. And, the science is if we did anything right in the last 20 years, we did a lot of research. And we know a lot more about how the human brain learns to read. And there's a gap between the practitioner and the science itself. My opening remarks at the conference was, there were a lot of professors there, and there were a lot of literacy. It was a friendly audience, and they were there to learn something, and so I felt very comfortable. But a reading teacher is a very special teacher, and they have to, and I think all teachers are. They have to have a generous heart, and so you got to have a heart, and you got to be creative. But you also need science, the reading science. If you don't have the science, you're not going to break the code. And that's where we are now. And that it's kind of exciting that we are poking there. But I want more. I would hope the universities would lead, but they're not leading. And it's from the outside. Like this, Maria had to step outside of the university system.
Right.
And those professors there are outside the system.
We want to see those numbers grow. We want more people to become part of this league. And I think the more that people know about it, the more popular it will become, the more that the strategies will be used and such. I'm just looking at the you handed this to me. This is the Reading League's conference program. And inside, I guess, there was funding from the Pleasant T. Rowland Foundation.
Correct.
And the quote is, "Reading is at the heart of all achievement. Without it, the American dream is out of reach. With it, anything is possible." And that's why, we've been doing what we've been doing, John, and you have been doing what you've been doing, and hitched on with what's taking place here. It just makes sense that you would be, knowing your history, that you would be, because a lot of us don't know about the Reading League, that you would be a part of this. So we're hoping that the word gets out.
I'm hoping that they listen to this broadcast. I'm going to put it in Maria's hands, and she has a network there, and know that people in California are talking about the Reading League.
Well, we'd love to have her on the show. I mean, that would be
we'll do that.
Be nice to have that. And so this conference takes place every year, John?
This is the second year.
Okay.
I mean, they're just a new organization. That's what's so exciting about that grant. And now it really puts Just think about the San Diego Council on Literacy. What would you be doing with $9 million? What could you do?
Believe me, I've asked myself that question a few times, and there are a number of things we'd love to be doing.
In listening to the news yesterday, going back to Mars, there was a professor there or a scientist there that was saying they had been thinking about this for 40 years. So we've been at this for 30 years, and there's going to be a landing.
Absolutely,
we're going to do it.
We have a lot of landings. I mean, we really do. Given all that's taking place out there, but I know what you're saying, and the frustration. And I've heard you in your presentations before saying, "Look, we have the answers, yes, and we're not implementing them." Yeah. And so that's one of the things that we're going to continue to work on, and if it takes collaboration, what's wrong with that? Yes. And some people, some entities, some segments of the population don't collaborate well, and so we need to work on that together. That the universities need us, and as well as those literacy students who wanted help. And I also in our partnership in the Kings County, we have EBLI, Evidence-Based Literacy Instruction, and this is a developer, Noah Shavazi has developed this. I've known her for 10 or 12 years. I've watched her, and I've watched the results of. There's another giant out there. And I want to talk about the evidence-based literacy instruction.
Let's do that.
So we'll come back to that. We're in this segment with John Corcoran. I'm Jose Cruz, and you're listening to Literacy for All. We're the radio show for literacy on WS Radio, the worldwide leader in Internet talk. Yep.
I've heard this is like one of the best pizza spots in town.
Yes, it is.
I'll do a slice of pepperoni, slice of vegetarian.
You got it.
And I will pay for all of that in 3 days.
In 3 days?
What's that mean? Well, wait, you accept credit cards. That money's not going to hit your account for 3 days anyway.
I need my money quicker.
At Chase, we hear you. With Express Funding, card payments are in your Chase account the next business day. Go to chase.com/expressfunding. Chase for business, so you can.
Compensated participation. All businesses are subject to credit approval. Not all clients are eligible for next business day funding, and additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
Donate cash, furniture, clothes, and other gently used household items to Father Joe's Villages and get a nice tax break in April. Every donation is tax deductible. Believe you can make a difference. Be Father Joe. Go to neighborhood.org or call 1-800-HOMELESS to donate today.
Life is full of misadventures, from car crashes to home fires to getting choked out on the mat. Yes, I said getting choked out because I'm Carlos Kramer, jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA and media personality, and mild-mannered insurance agent. You can follow my adventures on Kick-Ass Radio, and I can protect you from life's misadventures at Kramer Insurance. Home, auto, life, business, and workers' comp. We're at KramerINS.com, and I want you to join my world.
This is Bill Gruber with BizVid Communications, a Southern California video production leader. We've been honored to sponsor, produce, write, and host many of the fine programs on WS Radio over the years, so we understand how important the internet and your website exposure are. As video producers, we know the tricks and secrets to incorporate video to increase your search engine optimization and business success. Visit BizVidCommunications.com to see what we can do for you. BizVid Communications.com.
Too much to do? Not enough time to get it done? Call on the experts at Another 8 Hours for your business support needs. By partnering with Another 8 Hours, we allow you to focus on the more important matters, like being in front of your clients, doing what you do best, rather than being stuck at a desk poring over paperwork, rummaging through emails, returning phone calls, and struggling to get everything done by yourself. Meanwhile, your family and social life are going down the drain. Go to another8hours.com or call 8 More Hours. That's 866-734-6877.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to VIN Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
Securing Our eCity Foundation is a nonprofit organization focused on cybersecurity awareness and education. Formed in 2011, their mission is to enable every San Diegan to live, work, and play safely in the cyber world. For more information, visit securingourecity.org or call 619-630-2444. securingourecity.org, 619-630-2444. securingourecity.org.